To hell with new year and new you. We are not setting resolutions. We are not creating new diet and fitness plans. We are not designing a new self-care routine. We are not setting any unrealistic goals that do not make sense and are not sustainable. Listen to me. We are not here for that this year. So stick around and you can decide what you are here for. Hey there, my sister, my friend. Welcome to the Dr. Tanya B podcast with me, Dr. Tanya B. I am here to help you be your best, most authentic self, your life, your way. We're going to talk everything self-care, self-love, mindset, and personal growth with a splash of hippie woo. I am proud of you for giving yourself this time today, so let's not waste time and let's dig in. Hey friends, welcome back. As we roll into 2025, I want to change our focus away from this damn philosophy that we have of new year, new you. This year, we are not setting resolutions. We are not creating diet and fitness plans. We are not designing new self-care routines that are not sustainable or even setting unrealistic goals of any sort. Listen to me. We are not here for it this year. Instead, we are focusing on embracing our messy, sloppy imperfections, shifting our mindset to be a little bit more positive, and showing a little more gratitude. Those things combined will give us the space that we need to set intentions to be better, to do better, to live a life a little bit more authentically with a little bit more joy and happiness. Now, I know that at this time of year, so often it is about resolutions and setting big, shiny goals. But today, we're doing something different. No resolutions, no pressure to reinvent yourself overnight. Instead, we're focusing on intentions, grounding ourselves, getting centered so that we can step into what is next with clarity and with grace, just as we are, messy, imperfect, and amazing. How does that sound? Here's the best part of this message. I have been cultivating this work for a couple of years. Over the past few months, I have been developing my own beliefs around this idea of progress over perfection and accepting myself as I am, flaws and all. I have had some pretty major revelations, and I am loving where it is taking me in this work. And in the next couple of weeks, I'll be sharing some shifts and invitations to participate in some really cool things. So get ready. We are going all in, and I cannot wait to do this with you. Okay, so let's start with a cold, hard truth. Are you ready for it? Life is messy. We're messy. And you know what? That's fine. It is perfectly fine. Somewhere along the way, we have been taught that we need to have it all together, that perfection is the goal. But perfection is a myth. It is exhausting, it is unattainable, and honestly, it's just not a lot of fun. So when we try to be perfect, we disconnect from our humanity, from ourselves, the people around us. We miss the beauty in the little imperfections that make life real. Think about it. Some of the most memorable moments in your life are not the polished ones. They are the ones where things went sideways, where you laughed until you cried, where you stumbled but found your footing again. My Gram is 89 years old. She just turned 89 a couple of weeks ago. This woman is losing her marbles. She knows it. Her kids know it. I know it. It is so hard to watch that decline from a woman that is tough as nails and spunkier than most. I have nicknamed her Squirrely Shirley because some of her antics are absolutely exhausting. We could get mad at her. She could be throwing tantrums on a regular basis. Well, to be honest, she is sometimes. But the rest of us are making the best of it, and we just share the Squirrely Shirley story of the day in order to make light of the situation and embrace the next cycle of life. My point in all of that is if you have been putting pressure on yourself to have it all figured out, to do everything in the right order, the right way, I want you to let that go. Release it right now. Say it with me. It is okay to be messy. It is okay to be figuring it out. I am allowed to take up space just as I am. We are throwing out the rule book. we are tossing away this idea that we need to reinvent ourselves every January in order to be some fantastical, idealistic, new version of ourselves. You know those resolutions that have completely forgotten, that you completely forget about by February, the ones that come out of a place of lack, out of not being enough, out of needing to fix yourself. That whole bullshit vibe is not this year. We're not doing it. This year, we are not here to fix ourselves. We are going to be gentle. We are going to move with intent. We are going to live just a little bit better. We are going to be flexible. We are going to grow, and we are going to adapt. When it makes sense, we are going to pivot without guilt or without shame, instead of resolving with something that sounds like I'm going to work out 5 days a week and I'm going to eat bullcrap nutrition. You're going to set an intention that is more along the lines of I'm going to move and fuel my body in ways that feel good and energize me. Do you hear the difference between those two things? Number one is I'm going to work out 5 days a week and I'm going to eat this nutritional plan every day of the week. Or I'm going to move and fuel my body in a way that feels good and energizes me. That difference is so positive. It is not restrictive. It focuses on progress over perfection. And that is what creates sustainability. That is what creates change. Here's a quick exercise. Are you ready? If you're driving, do not do this. Come back to it. So I want you to close your eyes. And then I want you to take a deep breath. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Do it again. Breathe in, breathe out. And now I want you to imagine how you want to feel this year. Not what you want to do, not what you want to achieve. How do you want to feel? That might be peaceful or grateful or grounded or energized or supported, whatever that is for you, that feeling that you want to feel. I want you to hold on to that. That is your anchor. That is the foundation of whatever comes next. All right? Nice work. You can open your eyes. So here are a couple of quick and easy practices that you can use in creating this new reality. 5 easy tools to keep in your toolbox and pull out whenever you need to recenter or refocus. Number 1, daily check-ins. Take a moment each day, maybe first thing in the morning, at a meal, when you're commuting, before bed, whenever this time that makes sense to do on a regular and daily basis. And ask yourself, how am I feeling? What do I need right now? What is going well for me? These simple questions are a game changer to just be connected to yourself and to your feelings. So that was number 1, daily check-ins. Number 2, grounding rituals. Whether it is your sort of morning cup of tea or coffee, it is a short meditation, it is stepping outside for a breath of fresh air, find something that helps you feel rooted and present. Number 3, celebrate small wins. This is the one that I have the hardest time with personally. I want pizzazz. I want big revelations. I want big change. I'm telling you, I've learned this lesson 100 times. You will get so much further if instead of that big thing, instead of waiting for the big milestones to celebrate, just take the time to celebrate the little things. Did you make it through a tough day? Awesome. That's a win. Did you take a moment for yourself? Cool. That's a win. Doesn't matter what it is. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge every single one of them. That will create that small momentum that snowballs into something so much larger. Number 4. Also something that took me a really hard time to get my head wrapped around, and now I teach it. Create space for rest. So rest is not lazy. It is absolutely necessary. It is giving yourself permission to pause and to recharge and to simply just be. If you aren't always doing, you get this space to recover, which will lead you to bigger and better. This has been such a game changer for me. Having that time, that downtime, that rest, that space is where I come up with the bigger things that get to happen. You can't do that when you're constantly on the day-to-day sort of rat race or the wheel, the rat wheel. So that was number 4, create space for rest. Number 5, embrace the mess. Exactly what we've been talking about today. So when things don't go as planned, remind yourself it is all a part of the journey. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be, all in good time, my friend. So those were your 5 sort of little tools that you have. Number 1, daily check-ins. Number 2, grounding rituals. Number 3, celebrate small wins. Number 4, create space to rest. And number 5, embrace the mess. Cool? So as you move into this new year, I want you to carry this with you. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to be perfect. Your only job is to show up for yourself, to be present, and to keep moving forward in a way that feels right for you. That is what creates your success. You are enough exactly as you are, and I am so proud of you for choosing to embrace the mess and live with this intention. So let's move into 2025, leaving perfection and resolutions behind. Let's focus on gratitude, on mindset shifts, on how we intend to live and feel. Let's focus on giving yourself permission to be messy and human and beautifully imperfect. You absolutely do not need a new you this year. The you that exists right now is more than enough. If this episode resonated with you, I would love to hear about it. Leave a review, share this episode with a friend who might need it, or connect with me on social media. Keep showing up for yourself. You have got this. And keep an eye out in the next few weeks for an invitation that I will be sharing, all so that we can lean into this just a little bit more. It is going to be so good, I promise you. Until next time, my friend, take a deep breath, embrace the mess, keep moving forward. You are doing amazing things. I love you.